How's everyone doing? Having a good day? I'm watching you on my TV because I'm casting my phone, so it's a little delayed. So if I'm delayed in responding, that's why. But we have this package from Big Bad Toy Store. The one nice thing about Big Bad Toy Store, they make sure in your package everybody knows there's something cool inside. So if you're ever wanting to steal a package, you're like, hey, I'm going to steal that one. Because why wouldn't a company help that out, you know? You could do plain cardboard. My favorite figure currently, I think it's still, I think I still gotta go. Oh god, I dropped this fire. I gotta go with Hunchback Leo. I mean, what's not to love? The storage shell there, right? Come on. Come on. How about you? What's your favorite? He is. I do have to use these stands, though, to keep it propped up. Over there. Other than that, I think that's currently my favorite. So, yeah, let's get this going, right? They send you the nice box. They package it. They do excellent packaging. Some beefy bubble wrap. And so with Super 7, you're going to box within a box within a box. 2012 Mikey is really great. I have him, I think, the very, very top. Yeah, it sucks to lose a figure. I've rebought some figures on eBay. So, here is, like, you get the nice, this is like the shipping box. You'll notice, not a toy, folks. Adult collectible. So, you're going to get this sweet box. And then you get to the packaging itself. So, you can see here. Ooh, look at that. Every Super 7 Ultimates figure, this outer slipcase has its own little cool thing printed. I love it. I love it. The little bag is taped there. And I'm a nut. I save literally everything, so I'll put that over there. You get this sweet. So the turtle logo there. Awesome. Turn this table. And the front. You ready? You ready? You ready, Crazy Possum? You are in time. Slow reveal. Oh my. Oh my. And I will post this. I'm gonna start plopping these on YouTube afterwards. So if you miss it, or if there's a future one, look at this freaking guy. I love these display windows. You got like the graffiti bricks. On the back, you have a little backstory. If you haven't found Undercover Raphael, then chances are you found him, or better still, he's found you. This super sleuth spy turtle is primo king of surveillance. Undercover Raphael is the turtle technician of spy gadgets. He's collected together the most incredible assemble of spy gear you'll ever find anywhere else. And it's all there under that nifty fabric trench coat. The spy turtle technician with the funky foolin' fedora. He's got his eyes on anything that moves the wrong way. Whew. That's a mouthful. Yeah, I love it. Obviously, the presentation for Super 7 Ultimates, they're pricier. This one's a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. It's $65. So definitely pricey figures, but hey. they make up for it in spades. So let me cut this baby open. God damn it. Okay. Yeah, how's everyone's Sunday going? If it's Sunday where you're at. So, this is... Yeah, if you're a packaging fan like moi, Super 7. Ooh, that plastic smell. If you saw my last Ronin video, the plastic smell, it's super strong. Look at this dude. Look at him. You get kind of a cool, it has like a background. So again, if you like, I don't know, if you're into toy photography and whatnot, you can definitely use that. So we'll put that just over there. Let's see here. Raph has a lot here. Let's go. You see this nifty card behind there? Let's do that first. And I'll give credit to Super 7. They lock them in there pretty tight, but they don't do it as annoyingly as NECA does. So it's easier to open, less crazy stuff. So, let's pop this card out if I can. Oh, God. It's a flimsier card. This is a throwback to the Playmates line. Yeah, the university guy did. I agree, it did look like me. The Playmates line, they started. I actually have some. At some point, they started doing like little cards with all their figures. I have some mini ones. So here's like a OG. Oh, fuck. It's so small, it doesn't even want to focus on it. Ooh, ooh. So here's an OG movie star Raphael. Like little bio on the back. So I don't know if they're going to continue doing this with newer figures, but that's sweet. That's Turbo Pork art as well, my friends. How freaking cool is that? On the back here, we also have nifty little sidearm. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, Raph is serious. And oh, uh-oh. Oh gosh. I hope this was supposed to come apart. This is like a camera tripod for his spy activities. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you, Mr. Wigglebutt, Geek Squad. Okay. So those are some accessories. Let's get to Raph itself. So he's really only secured in there with a twisty tie thing. And then and I like it because you don't have to cut it. You can just like slip it out and you can put it back in there. If you're a super saver like me. Yeah, he's in there. His hand popped off. Don't worry though, we'll get back to that. So, we have Raphael. Let me put his hand back on there for you. That's a little worrying. That's a little loose, but okay. Look at him. This is Undercover Raph. That's a cloth trench coat here, folks. Now some of you folks, like many, have been wanting Undercover Dawn. Because in the proper, there was 4 turtles. I'll show you. Let's do a little retrospective. There was 4 costume turtles. I only have 3, not Surfer Mikey. But you have Space Raph. You have Undercover Donnie, right? Right? He's got his mask, he's got his gun. And Samurai Leo. You also had... The figure itself I should be getting soon in the next wave. You had Surfer Mikey, right? Surfer Mikey. So, they switched it up. Ooh, yeah. Leo, I really love the Leo. The Leo, I think, is the best. That's my favorite figure from the Universal line, though there's so many good ones. Ooh, yeah, you gotta be careful with packaging, too. It's sharp. So yeah, they did, for whatever reason, they switched from Undercover Dawn to Undercover Raph. I assume we'll get a Dawn. I bet. They just wanted to do, oh gosh, a cool exclusive. The trench coat, I believe, opens. There's a little, it's a real cloth and it's a real functioning belt there. That's gonna, we gotta open it up, you know. I think it's gonna be a pain to get back in there, but we gotta do it. Too tight. Sometimes they go a little too hard on the realism, right? Ugh. This little belt thing is like stuck in there. I hope it's meant to come out, right? Oh, Steven, it fucking, no way. No. That's wild. This... What the fuck? It like actually buttons. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not like, look. I don't know if you guys can see in there. It's like truly... I feel like... Huh, maybe you're not supposed to open it. I think Venus is cool. I mean, obviously we didn't get a lot of her in the Next Mutation, and that show had its own problems. But I think she's a cool character, and I like so far in the IDW comics. So I guess I'll have to figure out, maybe I'll watch some other people's videos if there's a way, if this is a button or not. Oh, I'm dumb. It's a button. It's like a little button thing. Right there. So you can. That means the belt should come out. Okay. God, it's so tiny and tight. So now Raph can can flash everybody. He's got a cool... That's a dope coat, man. That's dope. I suspect it's probably the same body as their regular Raph. Maybe anybody can tell a difference? I'm pretty sure it's from the head down. I bet it's the same figure. Like, so we got Raph here. Pop off his head, because I'm sure I could jimmy off the coat. But I'll show you this Raph's articulation. If any of y'all not familiar with Super 7. Ooh. Flasher Gremlin, yeah, exactly. Gosh, this Raph head is on there tight. Ha 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 ha. So if you want a Raph with just a hat, it's hat day. I also have, look at that, I got some TMNT Rise pins. Any Rise fans out there? If so, Colin Stein on Twitter. So we're going to have 2 Undercover Raphs, actually. The way it's going to shake out, folks. Okay. Yeah, so the cool thing, like, if you happen to have a second Raph, you can drop the head. Oh, that's tight as fuck. Boom. Boom. Okay. But, a little alarming how tight that is. Not gonna lie. We have a bunch of accessories here. As you can see. Let's go through all of them. Yeah, the Rise movie I thought was freaking incredible. Just absolutely stunning animation. So here's a second Raph head. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is more a Super 7 Raph head and a longer bandana. This one is like the OG Playmates Raph head, shorter bandana. Let's plop this guy on here. That's the cool thing about Super 7. All the figures, for the turtles at least, the heads, swappable. That one, I think it's on, went on easier. That's a good looking dude. Let's go. We gotta get the size. Making a mess here. Pop out both sides. Ooh. Ooh, a nice red on those. Other Raph has black size, you can see there. But this guy comes with true red Raph size. That's pretty dope. I do love the whole, like, the fisted sai. I'm always a sucker for that when you can do it. Oh yeah, my Raph, this hand, I don't know. It just, mine pops out very easy, and I don't know. It's a little alarming. It basically pops out if I do basically anything to it. So let's do that. Let's get a different hand. He's got a whole bevy of hands. I don't know if everybody's super excited about hands. Oh god. Yeah. Oh shit. So you lose a hand. Oh man. How is it that when something falls, it just bounces? You know, and it just goes for miles. What is that all about? Yeah, the Bay Turtles, I think they're obviously a little over-designed. They're over-designed for sure. There's a little too much going on. But other than that, I like them. I don't think they translated well to, like, action figures. But, you know. Okay, so... Oh, I found it. There we go. Hold on. So we got a whole mess of hands. We got 2 other extra grippy hands, I guess. 2 extra grippy hands. I don't know why he needs 4 grippy hands. You got the fists. 2 tiny little fists. Always cool. And he's got like the mysterious, kind of like kung fu karate hands. So let's have him hold his gun. Ooh boy. And let's see if this hand is more secure. Maybe I got... Okay, that's a tighter one. Yeah, so this Raph... I don't know what it is, but action figures with guns, especially when they can have like a shootout, love it, love it. Who doesn't want to shoot everything down? I wish he had like a trigger, well, a trigger finger hand. Maybe that could use it. Yeah, no, that's not good. My left hand on Raph is like loosey goosey as fuck. Like it basically like, hey bun, what's up? Yeah, it comes out with like no resistance. If you hear most of the joints, if you heard that, there's kind of like a snap with Super 7 stuff. Hear that snap? With my left hand on Raph, no snap at all. So that's super disappointing. I don't know what I could do to firm that up. But he's got a whole mess of hands. I mean, it's fine. It's not gonna like fall out. So I don't know. Maybe it's good even, because then I don't break it. With Super 7, and honestly, pretty much any action figure these days, quality control, not super great. How you doing, bud? A lot of people with like the NECA figures, they'll talk about like loose joints sometimes. Super 7 happens a lot. Which, this Raph has got like wiggly Elvis hips. But he stands just fine. Kinda. It's also hot as the dickens in this room, so that always loosens up the joints. Favorite turtle? For a long time, I would say Mikey is my favorite turtle. But as I've gone through many of my older action figures, I have the most Leo, so take that as what you will. He's got this cool suitcase. Yeah, welcome everybody. Appreciate everybody coming in. Having a good Sunday, Turtle Sunday, Sunday Fun Day. Ooh, little detail there. I love New York. The foot stinks. That's cool. Nice hearty clasp there. The cool... Oh, you know what I just realized is cool about this? You get all these accessories. You get like a crap ton of hands. I can put them all in a little suitcase. How cool is that? He's undercover with a bunch of hands. Totally normal. We got a nice little slice of pizza. that one, what do we got there? We got pepperoni, sausage, green peppers. That's who Raph is into? Yeah, not bad, Raph. Not bad. We got 2 throwing stars. I'll be honest, throwing stars as an accessory, I mean, they're cool, but you can't always do much with them. We've got his movie camera for that surveillance. Some nice detail on there, not too crazy. Oh gosh. The tripod legs are pretty neat, though they pop off super easy. Got the camera there. Oh gosh. Oh, well. It's kind of odd, doesn't really. I think I put it on wrong, because the legs are like beveled down. Okay. Yeah, so makes sense, but it's also a little goofy. Okay. What else we got? We got this. I think this is so he can listen to people. It's like a sound thing. Yeah, the 2014 Turtles. So the first movie of the Bayverse, as they say, I think they're pretty good. Over-designed, but pretty good, all things considered. The second movie, they really improved it, and they focused much more on the turtles. So I think the second movie, pretty awesome, and about as good as a Turtles movie as we could expect. So this thing, it's all still plastic. It's a softer plastic, but it's not like stretchy. So I was hoping I'd be able to like get it on Raph's head. As you can see, I don't think I'll be able to at all. Maybe on the spare Raph I have, actually. Yeah, that works. Let's see this Raph. So, again, this is my original Super 7 Raph. God, who has like the tightest goddamn neck joint. Yeah, see, maybe it's a good thing if joints are loose, because then you don't have to do that and feel like you're going to break it. So we have here, this is like Splinter Cell Raph. You know? Like Black Ops. Let's do him. Ooh, that's a loosey-goosey plastic. Yeah, so what do you folks think? Again, Super 7, they're kind of pricey. I think you can get them on sale. So like regular Raph, like anywhere between 40 to 50 bucks, right? So he's good. He's got his pizza. The new Undercover Raph, this guy I think is $64 on Big Bad Toy Store. So what do you guys think? I mean, you get the cloth goods. You get the red R instead of the yellow one. But other than that, it's basically the same figure, new head sculpt. A ton of accessories though. So yeah, I do have. Where is my Super 7 on? Oh gosh, that leg. Yeah, I mean, the legs themselves are good. The hips are a little loosey-goosey. Here's Super 7 Donnie. Pretty cool figure. And again, you know what? You can... obviously sticks out. Let's do something fun. Let's make Undercover Donnie. Let's do what Super 7 won't do. Just to make it easier, I'm just going to pop off the hands. Let's de-jacket Raph. I'm probably going to regret this because I feel like this will be hard to get back on. So yeah, if you want... Ooh, well... Okay. Yeah, so here again, this is the new Raph, Undercover Raph. Their old standard Raph. It's really like the same body. You can see like the same markings. Right? But he's got a lighter shell, which is nice. Also, the red, you can see that. He's got like a more red. This is kind of like a deeper red. So that's cool. But we're going to take him. And the funny thing is, like, or the cool thing, I guess, and maybe they envisioned this. I have so many goddamn hands. You know, you can... If you have multiple Super 7 turtles, you're basically... With all the accessories, you're going nuts. But what we're going to do, let's build Undercover Donnie. Okay, Don, let's take your hands off too. With the trench coat, I guess it'll hide the Donnie-ness, but you know, we'll know it's Donnie underneath. You ever put a coat on a turtle? Anybody? First time for me. Let's do... How's that going? Yeah. Of course, we gotta leave him open so you can see the D. This is like deep Undercover. Season 3 of Rise would be rad. I would love that. A real industrious person, you could paint the second head purple and have Undercover Donnie. Oh god, I feel like I'm gonna fucking break these. Yeah, that's the story of these figures. They either... they go in too easy or they don't go in easy enough. Okay, okay. Ha ha ha. Undercover Donnie Raph. Look at that. Who's digging that, huh? Deep cover. Then you can set him up. Do a little snap on the waistcoat, trench coat. Filter it back through here. Ooh, yeah, that's a little intricate little belt thing. Yeah, that's super. You can see, like, it's so tiny. Trying to thread it back through. That's going to be a tough one. Yeah, more eyes, definitely great. Hopefully the movie did well enough for that. Ha ha. Got it here. Pull. Ooh, the F. Yeah, that's wild. This is like a real functioning belt. Right on. So you see here, if you ignore the headband, we got Undercover Donnie. You know? I'm sure they're going to do like either a straight up variant or a proper Donnie. Oh god, no. That's the problem with these goddamn figures. I hope we get this Donnie where it has like the knife and stuff like that. I assume that's coming. I assume. Yeah, folks, that's radical, I think. I think that's super cool. You can have Donnie manning the camera over here, spying on folks. This is Donnie peeping in your window. Super radical. Very pleased with this figure. Again, is it $60 pleased? I don't know, but freaking cool. Freaking cool. So there's that guy. We have Spy Raph, Splinter Cell. I never played the Splinter Cell games, but dope. Dope. And then we have the proper figure itself. I'm really digging the lighter color on the shell. Though they do use the same bodies, you'll notice there's always like the same dings. So, $60. Yeah, when you're reusing molds, I feel like $60 is extra steep. Oh, really? You should get some. I used to, when I was a kid, I was Turtles. Had like the toy masks you could sell. I was always that as much as possible. Ooh, that's a good figure. Also, check out Raph's calves. The Turtles, they don't skip leg day, you know. They're ripped. Super sweet. What does everybody think? Y'all collect Super 7? I know it's pricey because they definitely price you out of it. Let's see if Donnie can hold. Can they hold the briefcase? You're not a fan of Leo or Mikey? I mean, it'd be cool, like you could do like a group costume with your friends. That'd be rad if you had all four. Well, in the second movie, Mikey is in a trench coat at some point. Right? I believe Undercover Raph, I think he actually comes from the cartoon show. I think. How cool is that? I wasn't expecting the card at all. I hope they do cards in the future. And this is Turbo Pork, guys. That's Turbo Pork art. I actually ordered, if you reach out to him on Instagram, he sells prints like this. He's a big fan of like the Monster Turtles. And so I ordered like 8 prints from him. Super excited for those to come in. Yeah, I believe this Raph was in the cartoon show Undercover. You know, Turbo Pork is awesome. You have friends here, Bunny. I mean, so if you want us to trick or treat with you, I don't know how old everyone is. I'm too old for trick or treating, but you slap a turtle mask on me, we can go trick or treating. I'd definitely go with you. But which turtle would you be? Hey, Mikey, what up? I could have sworn Raphael Undercover meet Casey and fought him. Well, yeah, you're right. In the first movie, I mean, Trenchcoat Raph has always been a thing, right? So the first movie, yeah, that's how, because Raph went out to see the movies, and then afterwards he saw Casey. He saw like someone steal the purse, right? And then he chased him down and fought Casey because Raph thought Casey was being too hard on the boys, which I agree. That's dope. So yeah, I guess they have a long history. And Hopper's always pulling guns, but he's, now he's running into people. Mikey or Donnie? Yep. Yeah, so we could do 4, Mikey, Donnie. Got an April, Splinter, Casey. I mean, I don't have enough friends who would be into a group costume, but you could do a pretty badass TMNT group costume if you really wanted to. Look at this Hopper. Look at him. I think it's too hot in this room because everything's feeling loosey-goosey. But my Donnie. Gosh, should I paint him? Yeah, my Target has him too. Like I've been trying to get like an inboxed version of Mummy Mikey, I got a second copy of Hunchback Leo, so I'm finding that they're more and more in stores. So hopefully that'll be common, and hopefully we get Mikey and Donnie in Stranger Things version. Because honestly, the Stranger Things Mirage Playmates turtles, I think, are some of the best. Yeah, that TLC lady, she's cool. Like the actual like costume and whatnot. What TMNT vehicle are you trying to buy? I'm getting it took Dustin. Yeah. I think that would make sense in Lucas and Donnie. I love these though. Again, it's the same bodies for each of the 4. It's just the different head sculpts, but these are one of my favorite Mirage turtles. But I think I've read somewhere that they're planning on doing the other ones. So I'm sure we'll get them. Undercover Donnie. That's sweet. I'm definitely gonna do the video on this, and I'm gonna say it like I got Undercover Donnie and try to bamboozle everybody. That's what I'm gonna do. The 2012 Shellraiser. Ooh, Demigorgon with Shredder. That would be dope. That would be cool. I would like to see Playmates' take on Mirage Shredder as well, and the Demigorgon. I don't necessarily think the Stranger Things figures they did are too hot. Though, for $20, I can't be that mad. The Shellraiser's cool. I'd like to have that. But yeah, I pre-ordered Super 7. They're doing their own version of the Turtle Van. So it's sized up to fit these guys. So it's like 2 feet. It's some crazy stuff. It was like $500. I had to do like payment plans. And I finally paid it off. So it should maybe release this year. And I'll be ready. But yeah, definitely the older figures are definitely pricey. Which sucks. There was a time, as you can see, a majority. Yeah, it's big. It's a big turtle van. Yeah, it's gonna be cool though. I don't know where I'll keep it. Honestly, I don't have space for all these figures. Frankly, it's just everywhere. But when they're like, "Hey, we're doing like a giant ass turtle van," what are you gonna do? Not buy it? So I'm pretty excited. It's supposed to come out in like December. Um, I have Wave 5. Wave 5. I should be getting like this week. So I'm planning on doing, more lives, more new figures. Wasn't there a Mikey statue or toy from 2012? They did do. I think, yeah, there was like a big Mikey statue. It was like 4 feet tall. I don't know if they did the other turtles, but I've seen Mikey for sure, and I think I've seen some people bought a bunch and like they painted them for the other turtles. I think they did that. They also I've never had any, but Playmates has always liked to do the giant turtles where they're like, I want to say like 12 inches. So they've always done giant versions of the turtles. I think even Rise had 12-inch figures. Obviously, the originals, the movies. NECA's doing 12-inch figures in the movie line and the toon line. So, what would be cool, imagine a 12-inch version of this bad boy. Which, you know what? I think there's not enough Leo love, folks. I know everybody they want Leo as the Wolfman, right? They wanted Wolfman Leo. Who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? One of my faves as a kid. Yeah, they're going ham on the toon line for sure. They're going nuts. So, but also, I think their Universal Monsters line is just one of the absolute best. It's just wild. I mean, look at the detail on the shell. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, folks? So, like, I know people didn't want Leo as the Hunchback, but good lord, this figure is my favorite of the Universal Monsters line. I haven't NECA's toon line I don't have any of. Obviously, when I was a kid, I watched the original cartoon a ton. I'm no stranger to that. In terms of the figures, I don't know. I much prefer either Playmates because they're cheaper, right? Even if you have to buy them on eBay, they didn't. The Rise ones, did they do good? No, they're not. They're not great. They look all wonky. They just did weird stuff with them. Not their best work, though the articulation, great. But I like the cheapness. Like I like that, for $40 you can get this dude and 11. The Loyal Subjects line, they're base ones where they're just like the plain guys, not a fan of. And the way the figures work and the articulation, all that stuff apparently is pretty bad. But they did the Street Gang Turtles very recently where they have like their jackets, like boom boxes and glasses. I think those are awesome, so I'm definitely going to get some of those. And again, I think they're like $20 a pop. So I think you have to factor that in because we get so used to like Super 7, right? Where there's more detail, like there's paint on the weapons, everything in the shell. And then like obviously when you get NECA, they just go ham, right? Like their details just out of this world. But it's a $40 figure, and plus they're so much more established. They have everything figured out, ignoring the whole Auto T debacle. So you have to look at, I think, once a figure is only like $20 retail, it drops it down a bunch. Yeah, that's true. We might have seen the same TikTok even, where that's their backbone and everything. It's into it. I saw actually Box turtles. Did you know box turtles? The reason they're called box turtles is because they can actually go completely inside of their shell. Yeah, for $20, I think these figures are astounding. Though, and I mean these were like $12, right? So even cheaper. So for a $12 figure, it's really not bad. And so that's the same thing with the Loyal Subjects line. They're $20 figures, so they're not necessarily meant to be super high end or super great. So when you consider that, I think they're pretty good. I went to Target this weekend just to see if they had any, and I would have picked one up. And I think it's cool. I think it's cool that they're doing them. Has anybody ever owned turtles? I've heard, yeah, snapping turtles obviously are pretty vicious, but I've heard a lot that I happen to have had my Rise figures out, like the soft shell turtles. I've heard those are actually like pretty vicious. Not vicious, but you know, they're not necessarily as super friendly. And I got the rubber bands, folks, to keep those weapons on. I've really liked it. If you have figures with accessories that fall out, get you some rubber bands. Get a box of 500. Yeah. What's oh god, sorry. What TMNT wise is everyone looking forward to? Obviously there's a ton of figures, so no matter what you like, I think there's a figure for you. The movie, there's that Seth Rogen TMNT movie coming soon. Soonishly. Yeah, I'm super excited. Next week, sometime next week, I'll be getting the Super 7 version of Samurai Leo. It's going to be Samurai Leo, Krang over there, Leatherhead, and who was the other one? Oh, Ray Fillet. Ray Fillet. It's going to be coming. Super excited for those. So we're going to have, pretty soon, folks, a jam-packed TMNT week. Oh, God. Just knocked over my space rack. And I'm betting money. I would love for NECA to make the Rise figures. You know, I would bet someday in the future we'll get a Rise version, but probably not for a while. I don't know. Maybe, who knows how well the movie did. I think the next, like, new set of figures will be like the Seth Rogen movie. For Rise, I think it's great that they're different turtles. I've always liked that the turtles were different colors, you know? Because obviously, like, Donnie's like a much darker. I guess that's still technically a green, but he's brown. You know, he's a brown turtle. Raph. I've always liked that they're different colors, and honestly, in my head, I've always just assumed they weren't literal brothers. Rise Donnie is cool. He's definitely more of like a jerk, cocky Donnie, which is fun to see. I love that a lot. For Rise, I think my favorite one. I don't know. I really like Leo in Rise. I like how he hasn't quite became this pizza holder. um, I like that he's more of like a jokey Leo. What do you wish they would make, Mikey? Because the 2003 movie? Oh, yeah. Did you like, well, what one was the 2003 movie? Are you talking about like Turtles Forever? The 2003 series I haven't seen quite a bit. And I know the 2012 show did its own version of like Turtles Forever, right? Yeah, I mean, I guess this new the Raph hands, they're definitely not as tight as other ones, but maybe that's the appropriate amount of tightness. I don't know. Oh, NECA 2003 figures? That would be cool. Yeah, who knows how much it seems like NECA has the most rights. Though I think honestly, Ninja Turtles as a brand, I don't think they care who makes any of their stuff because even now we have so there's NECA, Playmates. I think Playmates has like the most. They have like the master license. I'm guessing still, but we have Playmates, NECA, Super Seven, the Loyal Subjects. There's Mezco at some point is going to come out with their version of the Turtles. So I think really TMNT is a brand. I think they'll pretty much let anybody who wants to make figures because they're just into selling it. They're so commercial with it. Obviously, if you grew up back in the day, ooh, my Raffney. But if you grew up back in the day, yeah. Hey, right on, Mikey. I need to play that more. I need to stream that more so I can finally beat some of those games. I'm just testing out his joints. Who do I think created Bebop and Rocksteady? Revolt Tech. Those ones, I wish they would do more Revolt Tech. Yeah, Revolt Tech did TMNT. Those ones are killer. Who I think created Bebop and Rocksteady? So, has everyone seen the Toys That Made Us? Anybody seen that? If you're into the TMNT at all, you should definitely watch the Toys That Made Us episode on them in Netflix. It's a really like in-depth look at what happened. So you have like Eastman and Laird, where they're just screwing around. They make a joke comic, and next thing they know, it's selling out, and they're making more and more. That's why they killed Shredder in the first issue because it was just like a joke, and they didn't expect it to be anything more. And then the run that they like published themselves sold out, and so it just went crazy. And then between like a bunch of different people and playmates, they convinced them to like do toys, and then to sell the toys, they had to make the cartoon show, right? Because at the time, you couldn't sell toys without having a show. So they did the show, and at that point, the person in charge of the show, Fred Wolf, who apparently he owns various parts of it even to this day, and he just locks onto it. But apparently he wanted more villains for the show. Obviously they did it for the action figures. So it's kind of a mix between, they say, like the writer for the show, David Wise, I think it was, created Bebop and Rocksteady, but also like Peter Laird, and I think to some degree Kevin Eastman were working with like Playmates on the toy line. So I think it's probably a mix. I don't think Peter Laird and Eastman like made Rocksteady on their own. I think they purely got on board to like do the designs to make the toys. Because even though like obviously they were on board with like all the toys, the cartoon show, they still wanted to keep Team NT like as gritty as possible, which I think is fair. When you have like when you create something and you go from like just goofing off with your friend, at your house, and it becomes like a million, if not billion-dollar empire. I'm sure that's pretty wild, and sure it messes with you. And I'm sure they probably always felt like it was just getting out of their control. So I don't think they made Bebop and Rocksteady of their own volition, but just as part of like doing the show on the line. But it seems like the initial idea itself did come from like Fred Wolf and David Wise. So I don't know. And apparently, yeah, like in terms of the rights, like it's all mixed up. Like even the original theme song, I don't think people can quite use that all the way. Like for the Shredder's Revenge, I think they like re-recorded it or something. So there's a lot of weird rights. So I think when they did the second movie, that's why because the rights are all tied up, and I think Eastman and Laird wanted to like break free as much as possible, so they did Toka and Razor, so which are pretty goofy. So I don't necessarily buy that they didn't think Bebop and Rocksteady were cool enough, because obviously at that point, it's super silly. So yeah, but in the if anybody reads the modern like IDW series, I'm on. See this here. This is volume 14 of the hard collection. So this is issues 101 through 112. Like Kevin Eastman is pretty involved in this. So I think at this point, like he's down for anything TMNT wise. Peter Laird, he seems to want more of like a backseat. I think he's still like, if he wants to, I think in his contract, like they both sold their TMNT rights to like Nickelodeon or whatever, or Viacom, whoever it was, like years ago. Eastman sold out before then, and like Laird, that's why Laird was like in control of like the 2003 cartoon, and he made that like his baby. But after that, he sold, so they're not. I don't think they have any rights to it. But Eastman clearly works with IDW. Yeah, IDW is. They definitely go for it. There's some cool stuff. I'm not quite caught up after this one even. There's a bunch. I think I'm like 20 issues behind, but they're doing really cool stuff. Alopex is fun. Yeah, I think as a whole, the IDW series is definitely probably the best versions of the TMNT, because they kind of combine everything. So I would definitely recommend giving these a read, for sure. Super fun. In terms of TMNT books, if you guys ever want like a really good one, Rad Plastic. This one basically goes through the original Toon line, right? This book is just wild. Wild as hell. Speaking, like, this dude, he cataloged, like, freaking everything. This wild stuff. There's Undercover Raph! Look at him! So cool. Yeah, I haven't got to, let's find Undercover Raph. Because Undercover Raph was an old figure. I haven't got to the Armageddon game yet. But I know, Rat King is involved. Yeah, this book is just wild, y'all. He goes through like basically all of TMNT history if possible. Here's these. This is like the prototype, but this is when I was a kid. This is what I used to dress up as. You could buy the sets with like the weapons, and they had like a nose mask. I was that for Halloween like so many times. Like you wouldn't even believe it. Let's see. We can find it. We can find it. Is there a glossary? I don't think so. When would Undercover Raph have been? I'll find it at some point. Yeah, it's a wild book. They just go through, like, the amount of stuff they were able to dig up. It's just insane. It's insane. What do you think the next show is going to be like? I assume it'll not be like Rise at all. They've probably, like... And I think, oddly, part of the reason Rise failed was probably the toys. Well, probably a mix, though I don't think the toys sold as much as they wanted. So I bet the next TMNT show, if we do get another one, which I'm sure it's only a matter of time, it'll be more like a down-to-earth, regular old Turtles. Probably similar to, like, the original. But I guess it'll depend on how well the movie does. The new movie. What do you want it to be like? I really like Rise. I think Rise... Definitely, and you definitely have to, like, stick with it for a bit, because at first, compared to a lot of TMNT stuff, it seems pretty wacky. But as it goes on more and more, it gets more into the lore and more of the story, and I think it's one of the best, like, character-driven TMNTs ever, because everyone has, like, a pretty good arc, and it switches around, and then, like, season 2, and then I think they were really going places, but it got canceled, and so you can kind of see in, like, the movie where they were gonna go with it, I think. Yeah. I should do that. Ooh, my phone stays clipped in there. We got Raph. I really love my bootleg Undercover Dog. As more stuff falls. Yeah, I think Rise started pretty quickly, because the 2012 show ended in, like, 2017, and I think Rise was 2018. So it was basically, like, right after. Look at that guy. Donnie. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not what people were expecting. I think it was great, though. I loved Rise. F here. What's weird, it's oddly hard posing figures for the camera when I'm on, like, the opposite side. And I have so much crap here, I don't want to knock any of it over. But yeah, excuse me. Super 7 line, super great. I would probably wait. I don't know if I would buy this guy up front for $64. Maybe they'll go on sale. Got the old Mikey action figure at a place that had a lot of vintage toys. Yeah. I don't really... Most of all my vintage stuff that I've picked up, I haven't picked up too much, but usually I go on eBay and try to find the cheapest stuff. Rise was definitely... They were definitely, like, teenagers and kids, and they weren't the same ages. I think, like, Mikey was the youngest, and Raph is, like, the oldest, I want to say. So there's that dynamic. But yeah, I think Rise is an amazing cartoon, frankly. Some of the best lore, and I think Rise has the best Splinter. Hands down, there's not a better Splinter. It's the best. Yeah, but yeah, definitely pick up the Stranger Things one if you see this. Definitely worth it. The loosey-goosey hand, not good. So you have to rubber band it or that'll fall out. But once you do that, ooh, so good. So good. Best Mirage Turtle. Don't sleep on the Universal Monsters line. My favorite. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, I don't know. Like the area I live in has like a bunch of Targets. I'm just in Utah, so like the Salt Lake Valley, and I could go to like 4 Targets. So maybe for me the market's such a large market and they stock them often, but I've seen a bunch. I've even seen like a bunch of Hunchback Leos, so it seems it's finally catching up and everything. So you should be having more and more luck these days if you want any of these figures. Yeah, because at this point I don't think Walmart really has any TMNT except for some of the Playmates 2-packs, maybe. But Target is pretty much the TMNT zone. I do have Shirtless Last Ronin coming this week. I should have that one, I don't know, maybe Tuesday. Probably Wednesday, Thursday, hopefully. I'll go live. I'm going to be I think, again, with my Super 7 ones coming in too, I'm going to have to do a bunch of lunchtime lives. That would be sweet. Yeah, well, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Yeah, I forget how late it is all across the world, but I'm actually I gotta wrap up this live myself. Gotta take care of my old cat. Really appreciate everyone joining, all the likes, all the comments. Really love it. You guys make my day. I like that I can share my TMNT love with everybody. Happy to have you. I consider you all my friends. So yeah, I'm gonna go too. So I think everyone have a great night. Enjoy what's left of your weekend, however much left. If you just stay asleep, Monday, it's not Monday until you wake up. So just sleep longer. So yeah, take care, everybody. I'll see you again soon. Peace.